Enjoy free delivery.
All right, good evening once again, beautiful people. Guess what time it is? It's time for the Movie Enthusiast Show here on Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. And of course, it's going to be interesting because I bring to you beautiful and interesting movies this evening, which happens to be the second day in the month of March 2022. And the time is 15 minutes gone past 5 p.m. My name is DJ Shab and I'm your host. But in the meantime, don't forget to like and follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook is at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and Twitter is at Lagoonradio.Ng. You can also download the Lagoon Radio app on Google Play Store and App Store, irrespective of the device that you use. Yes, it's about time for your favorite movie show here on Lagoon Radio, and I have movies lined up for you today. How do you want it? We're trying something new today. Yes, I said it when I posted. I posted it on my social media, and of course the Lagoon Radio page. We're gonna try something new this evening because as I'm narrating the movies to you, of course I would be giving you the trailers. Of course, you can't see it, but just pay attention, and I want to believe you get the message and the old, the old gist in that trailer. Yes, just a few minutes trailer, which I'll be bringing to your hearing. Do not go nowhere. Sit back, relax, because I'm not here to bore you. It promises to be interesting. It's an entertainment show. And I want to believe you need something to relax. And that's why I'm here for you. Just call me Shab. Okay, when are you going on? Oh, okay, when is... Don't worry. I'm here to save you and save you right. Do not go nowhere. I'll be back after this very quick break.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Welcome back. Just because I want to serve you, I don't want us to go so far. I've got the first movie here. The title is The Refiner's Fire. The Refiner's Fire. The miracle of life blossoming in communist China's purgatory. And that's my first movie for today. Okay, so Shen Xinjie, a church leader, actually is tracked and monitored by the Chinese Communist Party police in 2006. In the course of her doing her duty, when you're working for God, there seems to be some obstacles coming your way. And she ends up being arrested along with a church deacon in an effort to obtain information regarding other church leaders and where church funds are kept. If you know what I mean, if you know where I'm headed. But in the long run, the police interrogated and, of course, put pressure on them to answer their questions, and of course in turn they do that, even using tactics such as beating them, suspending them from handcuffs, and of course this kind of things. I would say, are you suffering for Christ? Do you think is the suffering of Christ? Yes. No. You want to find out in this movie. So seeing that Shen refuses to speak because, of course, if you don't have anything to say, what do you have to say? You have to keep quiet. They take her to a secret interrogation location and they strip her of all her clothing you can imagine to humiliate her. And they, of course, electrocute her until she loses consciousness. What manner of suffering for Christ? Or how much more can you suffer for Christ? Just because you want to stay faithful and, of course, not to offend your maker. So when she feels that she is hovering between life and death, she uses her last bit of strength to call out to God in prayer. When I tell you there's nothing God cannot do, come and ask me. Ask me what? And ask me why. Sure you get. So while unconscious, she sees a chorus of angels singing a hymn of God's word to encourage herself. And, there's strength in singing to God. There's strength in worshiping God, leading her back from the brink of death. She stands firm in her faith and swears to bear witness to God, to humiliate the devil, Satan. And seeing their brutal torture method aren't working with her, the police seek out her husband in an attempt to tug her on our heartstrings to coerce and entice her into betraying God and selling out the church, which she refuses to do. I think I'm telling you the whole story. I want us to listen to the trailer and, of course, pay attention because I'm not ready to tell you. Now it feels like I'm telling you the whole story. So just listen and tag along and let's enjoy the trailer together. Do not go nowhere. Be right back.
This is Lagoon Radio.
In China, the Communist Party is in power. Having faith and proselytizing means going against them. So, the party must eliminate all of you.
Almighty God has expressed so many truths to purify and save mankind, but the Communist Party fights him, arresting and persecuting his chosen ones. You don't think that's a sin?
Sin. The party is eliminating all religion. We'll destroy your church. I'll ask you once more. Who's your leader? Fine. Have it your way then.
Where's the church's money?
Talk!
If you don't, we'll shock you down there. Will you talk? If you don't, we'll keep going until you die.
God, no matter how Satan tortures me, I'll never submit to these demons. They can torture me to death, and I'll stand witness, shaming Satan.
How could you do this? When you're arrested, your whole family gets dragged in.
Son, the teacher and the students are saying you're a cult leader. They're bullying me.
The Communist Party oppresses believers. Why hurt our families? Our family is in this state, and my daughter is suffering. And it's all your fault.
You're going to stand here, face everyone, and do squats. Do it!
Hey everyone! These two, they're religious! If any of you have faith, you'll end up like them!
Oh God, please give me strength so I can endure this suffering.
This is
In
Lagoon
his faith.
Radio.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I told you we're going to try something new today, and indeed, are you feeling it? Like, are you really feeling it? Because I can feel it. And Jennifer, you need to see her right now. If you want to put face use to this voice, and of course, this beautiful lady sitting beside me, you can go on to our YouTube channel on www.youtube.com/LagoonTV. Go on there. You see, I think I don't have anything to say again on this particular movie. Just go watch it. It's a new movie, actually, The Refiner's Fire, and I think it's very emotional. If suffering for Christ is a sin, then you can find out in this movie. If you think you've suffered for Christ enough, you can go watch this movie. And moving on to the next one. This is another interesting one. And the title is War Room. It's actually a 2015 movie. And not so much. I've got the trailers here as well. The trailer here. And a seemingly perfect family looks to fix their problems with the help of Miss Clara, an older and wiser woman. But what happens after, that the film wants to evangelize by preaching an ideology that requires its followers to view the world in black and white terms. Let's find out in the trailer and then enjoy. Do not go nowhere. I'll be right back.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Let's go! Don't quit!
Hey, you know what? I thought your jump roping routine was really good. I just got a notification that you moved money from our savings into your checking account.
Can we talk about this later? You must be the real estate agent.
Well, it's so good to meet you.
Let me show you the house.
This is my favorite place in this house. I call it my war room.
You wrote prayers for each area of your life.
Prayer strategy.
I sure could use some of that. Tony, you should go see her practice tomorrow.
I'm out of town this week.
When were you going to tell me?
I just did.
Tony.
That was my favorite rep. I'm real good. How you doing?
I wish I lived at your house. Whenever my parents are together, they just fight.
Dude, I can't get a pass from you. It'd be easier to baptize a cat.
I just needed to blow off a little steam, okay?
There's one thing we do well. It's fight.
You do not want World War III to break out in your home.
No, I don't.
Just because you argue a lot doesn't mean that you fight well. You got to plead with God so that he can do what only he can do. Then you got to get out of the way and let him do it. You need to do your fighting in prayer.
Keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine.
If we're talking about cinema brought to radio, then you're at the right place. You're right on track. Yes, because at Lagoon Radio here, we're here to serve you information-wise, entertainment-wise, everything-wise, spiritual-wise. Yes, we're here to serve you. And who says Christian movies aren't interesting? Come join me and let's have some fun here on Lagoon Radio. If you're just tuning in, don't forget you can always like and follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook is at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and Twitter is at Lagoonradio.Ng. And if you want to put faces to these beautiful voices here in the studio, you can log on to www.youtube.com/LagoonTV. And of course, you can always call on the show, give us the movies you want us to review next. I think that's going to be a little bit more fun. Yeah, we'll get to that. And on to the next one. My next movie for today is, and before I get down to it, The War Room is a 2015 movie, and it was directed by Alex Kendrick alongside his wife. Yes, and of course, he also wrote the movie himself, Alex Kendrick and Stephanie Kendrick. And we have stars like Priscilla C. Scherer, we have T.C. Stallings, and of course, Karen Abercrombie, and of course, we've got so many stars in this movie. And on to the next one. We all know the story of Mary Magdalene. If you don't know, come here, let's gather. Come, let me bring to you. And of course, inform you and educate you. If you've not been reading your Bible, that is why I'm here, for you to give you Bible stories and of course information, inspirational movies. This movie is directed by Garth Davies, and of course we have cast like Rooney Mara, Joaquin Phoenix, Chiwetel Ejiofor. You know Chiwetel Ejiofor. Yeah, I love his movie. Yeah, and it's a 2018 movie. Looking at this movie, we have the real life couple Joaquin Phoenix and Rooney Mara star as Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene respectively in this beautifully shot biopic. Follow me, let's go together and listen to the trailer, because I know you can see it. All you can do is just follow up on and listen to the audio.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Mary, you brought shame on our family.
There's something unnatural inside you. Your family says you grapple with the demon.
If there's a demon in me, it's always been there.
There are no demons here. Mary of Magdala. She will do God's will.
Why shouldn't she follow me?
People will judge us.
Are we so different from men? You must teach us different things.
Sometimes it's as if I'm not here at all.
Is that what it feels like to be one with God?
No one has ever asked me how it feels.
The women are too afraid to be baptized with the men.
Go to them. Be my hands.
It's not right that he has raised you up to lead us.
You love my son, don't you?
You must prepare yourself, like me,
For what?
to lose him.
God's kingdom is not to be bought and sold!
We need to take him away from here.
Whatever happens now, it's what God has asked of him.
Mary, you are my witness.
I'll be with you to the end.
Never speak again in his name.
The world will only change as we change. I will not be silent. I will be heard.
This is Lagoon Radio.
So basically, the film depicts how Mary Magdalene joins Jesus' growing movement after being delusioned for a long time. People tend to see her as a prostitute. She was not a prostitute, but an apostle just like Peter, Matthew, or Judas. And, 12 men heard and spread the message of Jesus. Only one woman understood it. And who is that woman? Mary Magdalene. You want to find out, watch the movie and come back and, of course, tell me about it. You thank me later, as I usually say. Moving on to the next one, If you're just joining in, you're not too late. You're right on time. It's just that we're taking the last movie for today. Next time, I hope you join us earlier. The next one, which happens to be my last movie for today, is titled Pilgrimage, and the director of the movie is Brendan Muldowney. Sorry. I'm sorry, Muldowney. Yeah, and we have cast like Tom Holland, John Bernthal, and we have Richard Armitage. And this movie is a 2017 movie. So basically, Pilgrimage is a kind of movie one fears is going out of style forever. And the movie opens, a group of men that have exposed the Christian and are going to stone him to death. In spite of what I guess, is the warning of thunder and lightning that occurs before the barrage is fully joined. Okay. So the monks determine after vetting the white-robed rider, that's their brother Geraldus, which was played by Stanley Weber, and so many actors and stars in this movie. Let's find out in the trailer, and then of course we'll talk more on the movie.
This is Lagoon Radio.
I do not know what you ask.
The relic you keep here has a power to summon the wrath of God upon its enemies.
You will see the safe delivery of our holiest relic to Rome. Go with God.
There is a great war being fought. Infidels surround us. Heretics conspire within our midst.
You are not blind as to what kind of men these are.
We must retrieve it. Your work is not yet done. Christ rejoices with everyone you destroy.
How far do you think you can get?
This is Lagoon Radio.
So you can tell from the movie, from the sound of it, that it's an action one. It's brutal but not too bloody. Yes, and of course, basically the Normans are keen to all the sacred relic captive.
Yes, relic
It's the cleansing of the swords and all for me. So they believe by withholding it from the Pope, they can get the church to capitulate to the emperor.
Yes.
You know, so more challenges that the actor present intelligently. Yes, you want to find out.
I like the sound of the bell. Bang, 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 bang.
All right. Oh my goodness. I wish I could take more movies. I wish I could go on and on. There are a lot of movies.
Do you want to take all the movies in the movie industry?
If I take them now, which one am I going to bring to your hearing?
I would
next
act
week?
one.
So I'm gonna save one. I'm gonna save more for you. So coming next week, I'm gonna line up beautiful movies, and of course, this is a cinema brought to radio. If you think you're bored. If you need movies ideas to watch, inspirational movies, gospel movies, Christian movies, motivational movies, because I'm a motivational speaker, you can come on to Lagoon Radio on LagoonTV, and of course you can also check down our Instagram and Twitter and do at Lagoon Radio, and of course on Facebook is at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. Pardon me, and I'm gonna take a recap of the movies I took earlier. Starting from The Refiner's Fair, The Miracle of Life Blossoming in Communist China's Purgatory. And I think that one is emotional. I really want to watch it again and again and again. And Jennifer, I know what Jennifer was thinking when I said I want to watch it. I wanted to say I want to watch it again and again and again. Not that I've not seen it before. All right, that's that. And I talked about War Room, a 2015 movie as well. That's another touching one you might want to watch. And I talked about Mary Magdalene. For those of us that doesn't know the story of Mary Magdalene, you know, how she's related or how she came about, you know, Christ and how she walked with Christ, how she became the first woman to be part of the disciples, even though she was not being counted.
Or named.
Yes. So you want to find out, that's Mary Magdalene. You go out there, you watch it. It's on YouTube, it's on Netflix. You can get it from wherever. If you're not on Netflix, you can watch it on YouTube. Yes. And the last one I talked about is Pilgrimage. Yeah, it's a 2017 movie. It's the action part for me, and I really wish you would watch it. And of course, come back next week to thank me. If you want to, you can drop a message on our studio line on 08189 Lagoon. 08189 Lagoon. 524 366 08189 524 346. Yes, I'm your host DJ Shab, and I want to say a very big thank you to my listener out there. You all are the real MVPs, and I want to say thank you to my able producer. We've been switching sides since morning. It's been really hectic, but
Wednesday for us is about switching sides.
That's how we roll. This is what we do, and we're glad we're doing it. Yes, this is still Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. And it's a movie enthusiast show. It comes up every Wednesday from 5:10 to 5:40. You don't want to miss out on this. And on this note, I say good evening and have a lovely evening till I come your way next week. I love you all. Ciao, ciao. Mwah.